Hi, my name is Ashley Mendiola. I'm a leader from the Church of Christ the King, and I've been with SDOP since I was in high school. And now I graduated from college, so it's been a long time since I've been with San Diego Organizing Project. When Gloria invited me to one of their LOCs, at the time I didn't know what an LOC was, but when she invited me, there was a lot of people from my community there, and it was just very interesting to see how they were organizing. I remember one of the first meetings I went, they were planning to meet with Vivian Moreno, a city council member. So it was pretty interesting to see like the preparation that was going behind it, and then how it came together at the end, and then the meeting they had with her. When I was like in high school, I thought that it was really hard for like an individual to meet with like a city representative, a state representative, and then just seeing how San Diego Organizing Project was able to help people organize, it made me feel like very motivated, because I was like there's a lot of concerns as a high schooler that I would see on my way to, because I would use public transportation to go to school. So there's a lot of things that I saw. Homelessness was a big thing. Using public transportation and commuting to my high school in downtown. It always made me feel like I should do something about it, or there's something I wanted to do, like I wanted to get involved. At the time, one of my family members was getting diagnosed with schizophrenia. So it was very difficult because I was raised by a single mother, very low income growing up. Suffered a bit of food insecurity here and there, and there was just a lot of factors combining into one. And there was specifically one incident that happened that like just raised my interest in social justice, and it made me realize that I was very passionate about social justice and just very passionate about helping individuals who are directly impacted by the systems that we have. My family member who was in the process of getting diagnosed with schizophrenia, she had like an episode, and we didn't have medication to control her schizophrenia at the time. So the only way that we could get her treatment was through a police officer. Like if you would take someone who was having like a mental illness like episode, or they were just going through something, the emergency room was not going to accept them. We tried to take her directly to one of those like specialties. It also didn't work. Like they needed a referral, and the only place that we could get her my family member help was through a police officer. And like it was directly exposing my family member to the police was also a big risk. So we called the police officer on our family member, and they like not only did one show up, but 9 police officers showed up to our house. It made me really scared and frustrated and angry, and also like a lot of emotions that were brought up that even right now it's like very difficult to express. But it was a moment that I realized that like the system in general is not working, and there's a lot of holes in the system, that even though there's a process that will help them, that will help people in different aspects, whether it be mental health, homelessness, poverty, rent control, like there is this process that sometimes it could be like, oh, we have this process already that will help people who are going through this, but at the same time there's holes in those systems that some people, unless they live them, will realize that there's holes in the system. And it's when I realized that, it just motivated me to study really hard and go to college to learn what I needed to learn, and then come back to the community and see how I can fix those holes. But during that process, I realized that even though I'm still going to school and I want to like learn more, educate myself on how I can come back and fix those holes, I could also be doing that work at the same time, fighting for social justice while I'm a student at school. So that's when the pandemic started. And I stopped going to SDOP in high school because the SAT, ACT came out. I had to apply to college, so I got kind of distracted over there. But then when I started university at UC Berkeley, the meetings at my local LOC started to be on Zoom. So I was able to, even though I was all the way in Berkeley, I was still able to attend their meetings through Zoom. And then I got more involved through there. I was with them for 2 years on Zoom, and then I graduated. And I was able to, I'm still with them now in person. I came back to San Diego, and it's just, during I was studying, I realized that the work that I want to do in the future that I'm studying for, I could also do it while I'm a student. In San Diego Organizing Project, we get to explore different topics. For example, I was very passionate about helping out passing a policy called Protect that would help police officers be able to have reasonable cause instead of just suspicion of individuals. So that was something I was very passionate about. We also worked with SB 567, which was to prevent people from getting evicted, which is something else that I was also very passionate about. Related to that, I'm also very passionate about rent control. I'm also very concerned about climate change, homelessness. There's a lot of issues that I care about. In general, human dignity is something that is very, very important to me. Any basic needs that are not being met to individuals that should be met for them are something that are very essential and something that I very much value as a leader in my community. How I define power, there's a definition in the dictionary, and I read it and it was pretty interesting. To me, power is the ability to feel emotions. As a person who's been impacted by systematic injustices, and being able to realize that those emotions shouldn't be passive, that I shouldn't allow them to just pass by me, but these are emotions that I should really take into consideration, that I should value, and that I should care a lot about, because they're important, because they're emotions of anger, frustration, and a lot of sadness, and these are emotions that are what actually motivates me to want to fight for social justice, to stand up for myself, to use my voice, not only the voice that is about me and the stuff that has happened to me, but things that happen to other people in my community.